Hello guys, welcome to today's first video of the first episode of the new series of Prehistoric Kingdom I'm going to be doing. I'm going to voice over today purely because in this recording the microphone wasn't 100% adapted right and hadn't had the right filters when I was recording in OBS, so I apologise for that. I'll be doing a voiceover today. I also apologise if the audio doesn't sound the greatest now. I am doing a voiceover in CapCut, so it might not be as good as the next couple videos that will come very soon. So right here I am just going over what the park I've currently got looks like. This is the very beginning of the series. This is what I've made. As you can see here, we are walking around the path, kind of like the entrance area of the park, and here we have our biggest enclosure so far. I can't remember what animal lives in it, but I'm sure I'll be able to put that in the editing when I just have a go in the game and have a little look. So we're going back down here, and I believe we're going to look at the Velociraptor enclosure here, which, believe it or not, the Velociraptor looks nothing like what people would think they'd look like. Jurassic World and Jurassic Park has made a deception that they are large. They are not massive, they are chicken size, and you can kind of see there of what you just saw that they were walking around, and I just love the scenery that you are able to make and create in this game, and how natural the animals feel within it. The bridge that we're standing on is all custom made. However, I will say the upcoming build this series is going to is a lot better than this. I have to say, I think this is not nowhere near as good as what I'm going to be making next, which is going to be the first enclosure of the series, so it's going to be good. So yeah, you can see all the rocks and all the plants and wildlife, and it just works so well. Actually, no, sorry guys, this is the first video of the series. Okay, my bad guys. This is the first video of the series, so I will make sure to put a disclaimer for earlier. This is the first video of the first series, so you will see the beginnings of the new enclosure. But just looking at these animals, they are just stunning, and I think the developers of this game have done such a brilliant job in just bringing them to life. Like, look at how just natural it seems. A lot of games, animals feel very animated, not real. So it's nice to see this game bringing them to life. Okay, so as you can see here, we're just now kind of trying to get the gist of how to shape the enclosure, because I wanted a shape that would look nice and not a square, because the two other enclosures, one of which I haven't showed you guys in this video, but you at some point will see when I make a full accurate video, or a proper video of just touring the park, you will see that two of my first enclosures, which will be the oldest by that time, are square. So I wanted to make something different, something interesting, something that when you go and look at it, it feels more like something you'd actually see in a real zoo or a real park, not a square. So the idea now is purely to try and get something that is natural, that's not a square. So you can, as you can see me here, I'm just kind of trying to think of what to do, and the idea was just to give it a slight kind of like an oval shape. you can see me here looking at the Velociraptor enclosure, and I'm here. Basically, originally I was just talking about why I didn't like it, and the reason I didn't like it, as I've already said, is it's so square. It's not. It's really kind of. If I didn't do all of that decorating with the environment and the foliage, it would have been really boring, and that kind of shows how good the foliage in this game is. Purely the foliage and the modular building save that enclosure, and shows you how good it really is. And even the other enclosure, which isn't so square, I actually dislike it more than the Velociraptor pen. But we'll get into that at a different point if I ever do. But as you can see here, I kind of talk a little bit about how close I want the enclosure to the staff area, because the park has a staff area. So I'm just talking about how the pathway is quite close to that, and that it's not the ideal situation, but it's not something that I'm too upset about. Okay, so as you can see now, we're getting rid of some of the trees, and what I will do is now grab one of it's like a tool to paint dirt and that. I will now paint out the shape of the enclosure in dirt. That way I know a bit easier. I can vision what I want easier. So I go for it's kind of oval, but it's kind of not. And I believe I also do slightly change the shape, but not a massive amount. Yeah, you can see here, I try and change the shape a little bit. But as you can see, I paint it out with dirt, and I've also, in this very moment, just come up with the idea to create a tunnel through the enclosure. That way that the guests can feel like they're almost in the actual enclosure with the dinosaurs. So you can see me here kind of mark out with grass where I want it. I also come up with the idea that it wouldn't be good if I had the tunnel sat on the ground. So what we do is we lift the tunnel up. That way that the animals and the dinosaurs can all cross safely beneath that tunnel. It's kind of like a tunnel bridge. It is a tunnel, but it's like a bridge. So it allows the animals to cross happily underneath and do what they want to do. And you can see me here. I'm just kind of playing around with the path, trying to get the path to go around the enclosure in the way I want it to go. So from here, I'm just gonna speed the recording up for you guys, make it a little bit more interesting. We don't want this. We don't want to be this sluggish. So let me just speed it up for you guys.
Thunder calling down my name. Why don't you hear me wonder? Ooh, ooh. Shining just like sin. Why don't you hear me wonder? Ooh, ooh. Tell me, river, where your current flows. Why don't you hear me wander? Ooh, ooh. Oh, stop your freight train, let a lost man ride. Why don't you hear me wander? Ooh, ooh. Fare you well, darling, ain't coming back no more. Why don't you hear me wander? Ooh, ooh. Who been whispering since I've been gone so long? Freedom calling.
Okay, as you can see here, we've kind of come to the end of the building phase of this part one. So I'm kind of just talking about what I think of the park and what I'm gonna do with the enclosure next. So the ideas for carrying on would be to add the log viewing gallery. We'll be doing this in part 2, which is the next video. So in this video, for this the base foundations that will help us make the full exhibit enclosure, whatever you would like to call it, in the next part of the video, which is going to really strongly pull it all together. But that is it for today's video, for today's episode. I apologize for the shorter video, but this is purely because the recording, the actual microphone, wasn't very good in the recording. This is also going to be a very weird mini series, as I kind of put out and said on my YouTube. It is a little bit of a weird one because the middle part of the series, the actual part 2, the video, I accidentally deleted it, so we're gonna have to skip that, which will mean there will be a slight gap, but I'm gonna still post this mini series. It will still be good, it just won't be as good as it would have been. I apologize for that. And the next series that I am working on it already, I have got some videos already made, just not edited yet. That will be better. That will be a lot better, and you won't have, I haven't yapped all in those. So what I've done is it'll be something similar to this, a voiceover. So tell me what you guys think. Do you want to see the mini-series coming on for every exhibit and enclosure be like that, or would you like me to have the camera still and talk in the actual recording? Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.